What's up everybody? What's up everybody? How you guys doing? So today I'm going to be talking about this couple down in New York. Apparently they hosted a radio show. This is a couple. The dude is 25 years old. The female was 21 years old. They had a 2-year-old child and they committed suicide. So let's check out the website. I'll read off the information and tell you exactly what happened and why it happened. And then I'll come back and I'm going to try to tone this down as much as I can, but you know I got to keep it real. I'm going to give you my opinions on it. So, alright, so the story reads as such. Under pressure to end their relationship, Davon Smallwood and Ariana O'Neal, 21, both of Queens, New York, committed suicide by jumping in front of a train going 80 miles per hour. A Metropolitan Transportation Authority officer discovered a suicide note next to a black bag filled with closed vodka, a can of Coca-Cola which read, "Two great people are going to paradise. Everything will be good." The couple who left behind a 2-year-old daughter were allegedly distraught that O'Neal's mother forbade Smallwood to enter the home after he became involved in illegal activities. Alright, before I even start with my opinion in this situation, let's take a look at the female who committed suicide. There is no picture of the dude, but let me start off by saying this. My condolences go out to the families. I know you guys are hurting right now, especially the mom. This sounded like a mom who was concerned about her daughter being involved with an individual who was not doing the right things. So my condolences go out to the family. But this is my problem with this situation, and it's the problem that I've seen countless times over and over and over and over again. Here you have a couple that's 25, 21, relatively young, and they have a 2-year-old daughter. Apparently this dude is living with his girlfriend's mom. That's a problem. How are you 25, 21 with a 2-year-old child and you're living with the mother of your girlfriend? Next, it says that this young lady was a girlfriend. That's another problem. The next thing that concerns me and the next thing that annoys me is the fact that she's 21, she has a 2-year-old child, and she's a girlfriend. So you're good enough to be a baby mama, good enough to be the mother of a child, you're good enough to be a girlfriend, he's good enough to live in your mom's house, but you're not good enough to be a wife. You're not even good enough for this dude to get a place for you to stay. 9 times out of 10, this dude does not have a vehicle, and that's the reason why you were at a train station. So you have no place to stay, you have no vehicle, you have a 2-year-old child, and you're a girlfriend. And I don't want to slam these people this much. I don't want to slam them, but look at this situation. This is hard. This is hard critiquing this story. And then the mom probably found out that this dude was dealing drugs, because that's what it sounds like. He was involved in illegal activity. It sounds like drugs to me. And she didn't want him in her house, and I don't blame her. And instead of saying, yeah, Mom, you're right, he needs to get his act together. Yes, you're right, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to tell him, hey, you can't be out here messing around with these streets. And I'm pretty sure that the grandmother didn't just throw him out. You know, women have the ability to compromise. She probably said, hey, you're either going to stop messing around with this crap, because I don't want anybody showing up to my house looking for you, shooting up my house. That's probably what happened. And he couldn't get away from it. Instead of doing what's necessary, too many individuals in this world are seeking the easy way out. They're seeking the easy money. But see, easy money comes with easy trouble. Easy money can be an easy road to the grave. And a lot of people don't understand that. There's a lot of individuals that just don't understand that fact. They don't understand the route through education because they were never taught that. And why were they never taught that? Because they were probably raised by single parents in the same poverty-stricken system that this child is going to end up in, or was going to end up in. Now you have a 2-year-old child that's going to be raised by a grandmother. And depending on her age, depending on the grandmother's age, she's not going to have the energy to run after this child. So what's going to happen? This is sad. But it's happening too often. It seems like every week. It seems like every week. Every week it seems like I'm doing a story on some woman who has her boyfriend, who's not the father of the child, around the child, and he messes with the child, burns the child, kills the child. And these people are relatively young. I asked a question on my Facebook page the other day. I said, how do you have a 1-year-old child and you're single? How does that fucking happen? How do you have a 1-year-old child and you're all alone? Those should be the happiest moments in a man's life. He just had a child. Those are the family picture moments. When I had my first son, those were the family picture moments. Those were the moments we were out at the park having fun, pushing strollers, picking out clothes, and taking pictures and funny poses and shit like that. That doesn't happen in a lot of these households. A lot of these households, you see the woman standing on the fucking bus stop with a stroller, with no man in sight. You see the woman trying to take care of these children, because these children wasn't a plan, it's just some shit that just happened. Because we treat sex like a fucking recreational sport. And nobody's stepping in to curb this. Nobody's saying anything, it's just normal. That's the reason why you have 72% of African American children born to single parents. That's why. Because we treat sex like an act. We will go to the club and pick somebody randomly and take them home and have sex with them. We spend more time choosing a job, choosing a school, choosing a place to stay than we will choose with a sexual partner. And all of those things have huge ramifications on our life. And we don't act like it. We act like sex is a fucking video game. Sex is not important. Sex is something that we can just casually go through. When all of these things can happen from sex, you can have a child. That's the rest of your life. You can catch an STD. That's the rest of your life. Is that really a decision that you want to make in an hour? Can you really make a decision that will impact your life in an hour of knowing someone? Is it that important to feel good for an hour, 2 hours? Whatever happened to common sense? Because this isn't common sense, this is just stupidity. Who's going to change it? Who's going to curb it? The leaders that we have is too worried about this race baiting shit. They're not looking at the fucking bigger issues and the bigger picture in the black community. I'm just wondering, if they were willing to make this big of a commitment to each other, that they would die for each other, why not just get a place to stay in your own? And I understand it's New York. New York is freaking expensive. But if you can't afford to live there, sometimes you have to make sacrifices. I had to make sacrifices. I had to. I didn't want to live in the big city anymore. I didn't want to raise my children in Miami or Fort Lauderdale because I didn't like, one, I didn't like the traffic, and two, I didn't like the environment. I was raised in the country, so I moved to the country. Had to make sacrifices, had to pick up, had to find a new job. It happens. Sometimes you have to plan. It's harder to plan when you have a child in the way. It's harder to spend money on other things, gas and things like that, when you have a child that you have to provide Pampers and formula and clothes for. That's why you plan. That's why you don't make a child before you have the building blocks there. You people are putting the roof over the house and you don't have a foundation. All you have is like 3 pieces of plywood. So something comes by, kicks the fucking plywood, and the roof falls down on the ground. Come on, tighten up, man. We can do better than this. Anyway, that is my video today. I smell the pizza in my kitchen. I hope I'm not burning it. Talk to you guys next time. Sad story.